Yep. Life sims there. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Huh? Anyway. Mouse, no. Accessibility. No. Okay, then let me change some things right now. I have to move this down a bit. There. And then we get rid of this. Black background, that makes it better. I think that's all of the setup done. I think we're good now. Right. Now. The game is a bit loud. Just a little bit, yeah. Where do I... Preferences? There. Just a bit smaller. Like this. Wait, I could put it full screen. Does that work? Ah, yeah, but my mouse is gone. So that doesn't work. Lovely. So, Slay the Princess. I've gotten a little bit spoiled on the game. So, I know a little bit how it works and what happens in the game, but overall I have not seen too much. The game has been around for a bit, so of course I got a bit spoiled. Because I didn't actually expect playing it. But, here we are. It's a neat game. It's very narrator heavy. So you will hear me shut up for a lot of the part. Like, you will hear me shut up for quite a few parts actually. But that should be fine. It should be also good for my voice, so... Hey. Alright. I would say let's get to it then. Oh no, that is definitely not editable, I think. Also, don't go starting new projects without having finished the Hollow Knight thing. Silly. Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
The end of the world. Sure, let's take it just... Alright, let's go for the first one. I would have picked that. Yeah, fair. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? I mean, it's a very valid choice. Your princess seems a bit bad though, doesn't it? Can someone else do it? Not doing it. Have you ever considered maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward for this? Oh, okay, thanks then. To offer Monarch via the revolution. Fine, I'm curious about this one.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, Let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Well, I might as well. Sweet. I always wanted to offer Monarch. Viva la revolution.
That's the spirit. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
The voice of the hero.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Do I take the knife? I mean, it would be just the smartest option to just take the knife from the get-go, right? Never know what happens. Sure, let's say it. Let's take it.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
And into the basement we do. Oh boy.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Yeah, let's just say enthusiastically high. Because that's gonna... Sure. Let's go.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You'll be scarily accurate. No, no. Welcome back, Trix. So, I mean, it said there's no wrong choices and no wrong endings. And from what I know from the game is you're gonna have to replay it a lot anyway.
That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop the blade. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Do I drop my only weapon like self-defense thing? Alright, fine. I drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
I mean, yeah, fair. She's chained. She can't just attack us. We can always kill her afterwards.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
A relationship? Are you coming on to me? Sure. Well, let's just be straight up honest. Behind the chat. Oh, fuck, yeah. I didn't realize that. How do I... Wait, okay. Fuck, wait, yeah. I didn't even consider that. 1 second. I'm gonna have to change something real quick. Which one was it? Streaming tools, yes. Overlays. Edit. Do I still have a follow guy? No. Nope. We just... Where do we put the thing? Since her dialogue is just kind of all over the place, where do we put the chat? Maybe... Where the fuck did I put the chat? Goddammit. In the closet. What do you mean the closet? Not helpful. I don't know. Let's put it, I guess. No. Do we just disable the chat for now? We could just disable the chat for this stream. Hey mate, nice seeing you here for the first time. Hope you enjoy the stream, and thank you for the follow. I would say we just get rid of the chat for today. I wouldn't know how to really move it in a way that's actually works. So let me just No, not that one. There. So, chat is gone for the day, right? Alright. But I don't worry, I still see the chat. It's just no longer on the thing. So, on that note, let's continue. I would say it's just we go straight up and just don't beat around the bush.
Don't just tell her that.
Why not?
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Okay. What are you going to do if I let you out of here? This game is just, you know, a narrative game. It's just a story type of game. About a princess. I don't know really how to explain it. It's kind of a visual novel.
She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
I don't think I can answer that question in a way you'd find meaningful. At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you, either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
You are right.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
Fair. It is. I mean, it is a 1%er, so technically. Okay, does she have a name? If she has a name, monarch. What does that mean, Trix? What does that even mean?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Do you not have a name?
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
That's a bit suspicious, honestly.
Oh, Have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Yeah, and she's not in a position to really, you know, be high-headed, let's be honest. I don't want to get her out. That's just gonna bite me in the ass. Keeping her locked away doesn't really solve it. Slaying her just because she doesn't answer her name? I have a knife, you know, right behind me. Class, yeah, fair. I don't know. Slaying her is a bit extreme, but getting her out also does not work.
That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help.
That sounds like a threat.
And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
You know what? She seems a bit threatening. I don't take well to threats, so
You charge the princess, blade trembling in your hand, but you've already lost the battle.
Wait, what?
She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow.
Ah.
We shouldn't have hesitated.
Really? Now? Now you say that?
But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure you stay down. As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes you with an intense curiosity. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand.
Yeah, I have clawed.
Now look at you.
How did she beat me?
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Lovely. Very fucking lovely.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path,
Yeah,
is
this
a
is
cabin.
dark.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
And we're right back to the start.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
No, trust me, I'm getting... This time I'm killing her before she even has the chance to do anything. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Schizophrenic?
What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again. She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
Oh, trust me, this time I won't.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Oh, trust me, I know that.
The word she says.
Seeing as you literally crushed my throat the last time.
We might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us.
Excuse me.
Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included.
Voice of the broken. Yeah, we're getting more schizophrenic.
I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world.
No,
It's
not the
make
voice
this
of the
harder
void.
than it has to be. If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here.
No, you don't. I make the decisions.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
This looks different. Basically, that's just tricks.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
Yeah, you didn't say. You
That's
didn't mention the
because
mirror.
there isn't a mirror. There's the altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
There's literally a mirror.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. Who cares if there's a mirror? We're all going to die anyway. And I'm sure that if we looked in there, we'd just see something sad and miserable looking back at us. We don't need any reminders of what we are.
Fucking.
It would only make things worse.
You know what? I agree. I agree with the voice of the hero. The voice of the broken is annoying.
For the last time, you're not going to die unless you let it happen. And luckily for you, there isn't a mirror, so no one needs to worry about confronting a grisly visage any time in the near future. Though, for what it's worth, if there were a mirror, I'm sure that you wouldn't find anything sad or miserable in it looking back at you. You probably look perfectly normal.
I have claws.
Probably. Do you not know what we look like? He knows. He just doesn't have the heart to tell us.
I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am.
Please don't. I'd rather the princess kill us again than see how dreadful we are. I care less about what we look like and more about whether we're being lied to. If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else is he hiding from us? I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world.
We're
without a
killing her
weapon.
this time. And let's look at the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
There's a mirror.
This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
What are we?
We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
What even are we?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase, its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. This is actually kind of nice.
The Griffin. Maybe.
It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
She sounds a bit more threatening than last time.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there.
Yeah. Everything about this spells bad idea.
It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
She's more corrupting. Maybe. Ah, boy.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
How the hell are we supposed to kill that? She's huge. How the hell are we supposed to kill that?
The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist.
Holy
her.
water, yeah, maybe.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants.
Oh, she remembers that you killed us. Lovely.
You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
No.
As if on command, the blade
What?
slips from your
I
grasp.
tightened my grip.
It clatters uselessly to the floor.
I mean, we are a bird, probably. Yeah.
But we didn't drop it. We decided to grip it tighter, remember? Are you really just going to let that happen to us? I have a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade. Of course we dropped it. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence. Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
I would love to.
Kneel.
No.
Oh, are you still trying to defy me? I said kneel.
Your legs buckle, and your knees hit the floor.
I feel like we're kind of outmatched here.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk?
Just slightly outmatched.
The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs.
Uh-oh. Don't tell me this is my fault now.
I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me.
Shit. It was my fault.
The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny. And you, little bird, will help me seize it.
I would love not to.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it? It certainly does. And beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods. I don't love the thought that in some other reality you failed to destroy her, but what's done is done. I can only hope it helped you learn a valuable lesson.
Oh, trust me, I learned the lesson. I sure as hell did.
You are the only one who can deal with her. And if you don't, well, she's let you know what will happen, hasn't she? Then you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction. She is inevitable. Can't you feel it?
I'm just kind of unsure how the hell I was supposed to kill a giant princess that can can dominate our world.
He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he? What are we supposed to do to stop her? Okay, first things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done.
I think I'll just follow the narrator now.
The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. And if you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
I'm not gonna pledge myself to her. I'm curious, why does she need me?
All you have to do is break these chains and set me free.
Yeah, if you're so powerful, can't you just break these chains yourself?
Don't be rude. Of course she can.
Alright, bye-bye, mate.
It's not rude to question someone who's apparently trying to end the world. That's exactly why it's rude. We should know our place.
I'm a brat. I never know my place.
I can, easily. But that isn't what I want to do. The story of a terrible and bountiful god unbounded of her own will is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am, or everything I'm bound to become. It isn't even worthy of what I was. The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake is deserving of a song that can echo for eternity.
I mean, yeah, if you just want to live, that would be probably the best option. But as we've seen, dying doesn't really do jack shit to us, now does it?
The song of you, being so struck by my glory, so overwhelmed by what I am, that you feel you must deliver me into the world.
I'm not happy with that.
And from your act of utter devotion and submission springs a new dawn, a better dawn.
I'm not helping you.
Submit now, submit later. It makes no difference. Because in the end, no matter how vainly you struggle against me, my will triumphs over yours.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to help you, no.
I say, perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters.
Oh, she's gonna kill us again, isn't she?
Pick up that needle.
Do it. It's what she wants. No objections here.
She's gonna make us kill herself with that. You know that, right?
I don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning, but we might as well pick up the blade. As your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. Some divine hand that sits unperceived by your senses, but that manages to push you towards its desires like an unseen puppeteer.
No. No. Can't I just... Can I not change it? For fuck's sake. Why even give me the options in the first place? Ah! Fine, we're picking it up.
You reach forward and grasp the blade.
Stand.
This one's easy. See? This isn't so bad.
This is not gonna end well. This is gonna end very badly, actually.
Okay, yeah. We can do that. We were probably going to stand anyway.
I hate you, I hate you so much, all of you. Yeah. If that isn't the right choice, no, isn't it?
You can feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet, like two foes forced into an unhappy truce. The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's to come dragging out the long, painful seconds. But all silences are broken eventually.
Oh, bye.
To define me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow.
We have to
Well,
kill a god,
I-
don't we?
And brilliant radiance.
This is literally just us trying to kill a god. What the hell do we kill a god?
Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
Oh, you absolute bitch.
What?
I fucking knew it.
You don't have to listen to her. You're armed. Just steel your nerves, step forward, and end this.
How? Yeah, and this is gonna mean I'm gonna kill myself.
Oh, we'll end this all right.
Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the unclear language. End her.
It's not me, I have a choice now, do I? Slay that princess. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna kill myself.
Your body is sluggish and unresponsive, actively fighting against you, but you do your best to stagger forward. One step at a time, you move towards the princess.
Slitting your throat would have been a mercy, but it seems you're in need of a harsher lesson. Plunge that knife into your lungs.
No.
I'm sorry.
Don't! As you take another step forward, the blade digs into
Ah.
your ribs, slicing through flesh with ease. It somehow feels like an entirely natural thing to do, while the simple act of walking has become an arduous impossibility. Then it slides back out, the wound burning as a small hiss of air escapes through the fresh orifice. Blood fills your lungs.
Is there another lung?
Now, do it again. Keep doing it until I give you permission to stop.
No.
Those are just words. You don't have to listen to her.
It's what she wants.
Oh, shut up, Broken.
You, heroic one, what are you doing? Don't just let this happen. Stop him from killing you. I'm on it. Your other hand locks around your wrist, struggling to keep it from perforating vital organs. But the blade still flails towards you, managing to slice bits of skin that plop to the floor to join the growing pile of blood and gore beneath you. Despite the pain, you manage to keep yourself in one piece,
Oh,
at least for now.
this is gruesome.
What a pitiful display. A wounded little bird, thinking it can defy a god. It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to hurt so much. You can choose a gentle end. You can choose to leave that punctured vessel for the next.
What do you mean by that? No, we're killing the princess.
Or You can pathetically struggle against yourself until the floor of this temple is painted with the bloody impressions of your futility.
Wahrheit nur noch S hier.
You continue to approach the princess, even as the repeated gouges of your blade expose bone and muscle to the open air of the basement.
I don't need that much detail.
You know, this would be a lot easier if you gave us a hand.
My influence only goes so far, and I can only juggle so many things at once. The best I can do right now is to continue to drive you forward. Believe me, this whole ordeal would be so much easier if I didn't have to contend with free will.
You're the one making things difficult. You're the one making us hurt. She doesn't want to hurt us. She's
Excuse
just
me?
doing what she has to.
She doesn't want to hurt us. She's torturing us. She wanted us to stab into her lungs.
Stop.
As you finish crossing the room, you fall to your knees at the princess's feet, your chest heaving as your blood pools in the crevices of the stone floor, the coppery taste coating your throat. The princess kneels down, lifting your chin with her finger as her face lowers to yours.
Your devotion is misplaced. You've surrendered to delusion. But something about your defiant spirit speaks to me. You are different than you were before.
Yes, I am different because you killed me. And now you've got them world-ending god. Of course I have to be a bit more devoted to this now.
Perhaps, if you've learned your lesson, I can spare you from the release of death. There's a place at my side for you, if you'll have it. Not as an equal, but as something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
I'm not gonna be your pet. I like leashes, but I'm not gonna be your pet.
Well, that's demeaning, isn't it?
Yeah?
Yes, how thoughtful of her.
It's a mercy. Take it.
I'm not taking this
I
mercy.
think he's given up whatever say he had at the start of all this.
At least one of you is sane. She's within striking distance, and she's only negotiating now because she knows you have what it takes to put an end to her. Seize the moment before it's too late.
Why can I not choose the resist option? No, I'm killing her. I don't care. Someone who like that, I'm not pledging myself to her. She would probably just make us torture herself for her own amusement.
No.
Yes, though your body trembles, struggling to defend itself in the face of the princess's overwhelming will, you finally manage to break through, darting to her side before she can react. The wind of your freedom rushes through you, and you channel it into a decisive blow, stabbing into the soft flesh of her ankle and severing the tendons in an act of unyielding defiance. She falls to the floor, crashing unceremoniously to her knees. But you don't give her any time to recover. Your heart pounding with determination, you plunge your blade into her chest.
Earthquake, by the way. So I think we can just continue for now, right?
As you find your target again and again, she laughs, crude emotion breaking through her once stony composure as your blade cuts her flesh.
This is very much gruesome.
We can do this, can't we?
You always could. The decision to give you this task was not made lightly. You're here for a reason.
Who made the decision though?
It's not too late to pick up the pieces. It's not too late to toss that blade aside and beg for forgiveness.
I am not begging for anything.
Shut up.
I can't believe you would actually strike me. You
heathen! You worm! You defiler! You don't know the consequences of your arrogance!
Before you can strike the final blow, the princess lashes out, knocking you off your feet.
She should bleed out, right? We cut her Achilles here.
There's an unsettling wet pop as your spine
Ugh.
breaks, numbness and pain spreading through your body. As you rebound towards the ceiling in a moment of disorientated lightness, she drives her fist into your chest. Your body is crushed as she pulverizes you into the floor, the ground itself breaking from the impact.
Did we kill her
You
then?
lie there, broken, beyond pain, unable to even see what she's done to you. But the princess is succumbing to her own wounds as well. She looks down upon her body in abject horror and disgust.
If it bleeds, you can kill it.
You made me use my hands. I can feel myself twisting into something new, something dull, something defiled. What have you done to me?
You're monsters and conspirators. I can't bear to watch this.
Oh shit, I'm broken.
The princess has been nothing but cruel to you. You should feel liberated by her fall.
Yeah.
But I don't feel liberated. I feel empty.
Aside from the pain, I feel fine.
Aside from the, incredibly massive amounts of pain from being crushed. Yeah, sure.
She collapses to the floor. Her glassy eyes watch, unblinking, yet somehow still full of anguish and fear, as the two of you perish together.
I suppose we were never gonna get a happy ending here, were we?
No, not really.
Don't let those be your final thoughts. You saved the world. That's worth something. I guess.
Yeah, true. We killed the
Regardless of
god.
how you feel about it, it's finally over. Thank you. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of the path... Okay, what the hell is that?
Yeah, I am just as confused. This looks grotesque. What the fuck did we do?
I think he's upset.
Just minorly. But that's not quite the point. I'm a bit more.
And what's he got to be upset about? We just killed a god.
Yeah, I'm starting to regret that decision.
Exactly. You heathens destroyed the most beautiful thing that ever was and ever will be.
Can't say I have much sympathy for you. She was bad for us and you almost got us killed. You're being too generous. He did get us killed.
Yeah.
Alright, enough chatter. Got a thing I'm supposed to do, and if you don't mind, I'd like to do it without any more interruptions.
Are we not going to talk about the, fleshlands right next to us? Are we not going to just talk about those?
Okay, great, you're listening. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a...
If your thing is telling us about the princess, don't waste your breath. We know all about her. It's hardly a path in the woods at this point, is it?
Yeah, this is not a woods or something. This is inert.
Look, if the world around you is changing, especially all the way out here, then that means you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be any more do-overs. So you'd better take things seriously.
So you do know we were doing this again. If we do hit this point of no return, you mentioned, then what happened?
Then what happens? Have you even been listening? It's the end is what happens.
Yeah, but is there something after the end?
How am I supposed to know? The end means finality. It's not like I can just peek on over to the other side and tell you what it's like there, if there even is a there. It doesn't matter because we're going to win. Now that's exactly the sort of mindset I like to see. Don't let yourself be consumed with self-doubt. Don't flirt with oblivion. Just focus on the present and everything will be absolutely fine.
So we have a stubborn asshole, we have a broken asshole, and then we have the hero. Lovely. It feels like I'm being pulled in 100 different directions. You better all listen to me when it comes to make a choice.
So what if I'm speaking my mind? It's not like I've ever really gotten a say in things.
You wanted her to use us as a pet.
What a crock of shit. Yeah, you stabbed us last time. Repeatedly.
It didn't even work. It doesn't count.
I fucking think it counts. Attempted murder is still attempted murder.
We died. If you didn't submit to her, for all we know, that wouldn't have happened.
It's the punishment you all deserved for not listening to me. To her.
Aside from our sulking friend, I don't think we have much to worry about. You're still the one in charge here, and I don't think that's ever going to change. The second he tries something, I'll put a stop to it.
Thank you. No matter what happens next, it seems like our answer at the cabin. We might as well see this through.
Good, we're all on the same page. It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up at the cabin on the hill. You'll find the princess within, as I'm sure you already know. End her. That's it? No final words of advice? I'd rather not waste any more time. I'm sure that any advice I'd give at this point is something you've already heard.
Very much fair.
If there's still a princess at the cabin, maybe we can salvage things. Maybe if we just grovel and apologize, things can go back to how they were before.
No!
Oh, cut it out, will you? We need to be tough right now, and you're making it so much harder than it has to be, so stop whining.
Alright, let's go into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is a place that feels long forgotten. There was once an elegance to its construction, carved marble columns holding a high arched roof, vaulted windows letting in the weak starlight. But that is how it was. Now there is a growth that has overtaken it. A viscous fluid seeps from cracks in the stone walls, and it congeals into chaotic streaks of writhing nerves and wet clumps of living meat. That's horrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
You did this. The only furniture of note is a pulsating pedestal, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
The blade is always there, huh?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
It's that mirror again, and this time it's blocking the door.
A mirror? There is no mirror. We've done this already. Try to keep up. The repetition is maddening. I don't know what to tell you. There isn't a mirror because I would know if there was a mirror. You're either seeing things or you're confused on the definitions of door and mirror. Or you're seeing things. That seems far more likely.
Yeah, I'm seeing a mirror.
What are you trying to say exactly?
He thinks we've lost it, that we're succumbing to madness, that something in us has broken.
Says the voice of the broken.
That's an unnecessarily melodramatic way to describe a hallucination, but sure. I'm not going to waste time arguing with any of you. It went away after we touched it last time. Let's just do it again.
Sure.
You take the blade from the pedestal. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. Nothing feels better than gripping cold steel. You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. As if you don't see it. You really don't, do you?
Yeah, no, there is no,
Strange.
there's no door here.
It really is, just like last time. Are we really hallucinating? Why here? Why now?
Smash it. Smash it to pieces. It's the only thing keeping us from her.
Don't you want to know what we'll see in there? We won't be able to see anything if we smash it. Nah, I'm with him on this one. Smash it! Let's get violent already.
Let's not.
Do whatever you want with it. The mirror isn't real, so how you handle it doesn't matter, aside from wasting dangerous amounts of time. You reach forward and drag your hand across the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the stone floor, its ancient hinges moaning as it reveals the dim path ahead. Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, the mirror is of course gone.
You step forward into the darkness. The stairs leading down to the basement are at once both narrow and grandiose. A high vaulted ceiling stretches up into a gloom beyond your sight, while walls wet with tumorous growths press in uncomfortably at your sides. You feel both unprotected and trapped, at once exposed and claustrophobic.
I really don't like this place.
The air is thick, its odour an oppressive violence, the metallic scent of fresh blood twisting with the nauseating embers of charred remains. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a bellowing rage, roars up the stairs.
Was severing the tendons of my ascension not enough for you? Was it not enough to rend my divine heart?
No.
Come, see the horrors you've wrought upon my flesh, and feel my hands set upon your throat.
Oh, we are so dead. We are so goddamn dead.
See how you've soured my once divine melody.
Oh, we are so utterly screwed.
She's so angry with us. Why? Why did you desecrate her? Why couldn't I stop you?
You've got to stop thinking about her like that. It isn't doing anyone any good. She's not some untouchable god. She's an abomination, and we're going to put an end to her once and for all.
Whatever she is now is our fault. If she's an abomination, then what does that make us?
She was going to end the world last time.
Yeah, I'm with the hero on this one.
If I might interject, you didn't make her into an abomination. She's always been what she is. It's why you're here, and it's why your task is so important. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. The chamber's walls are painted in blood, a deep, sickening red that drips down in clotted streams onto the charred corpses that make up its floor. This place reeks of torment, of ripped skin and burning bone.
So, last time we killed the god, now we have to kill the devil. Lovely.
The princess stands in its center, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped in a tattered dress of her own skin. Her heart beats from its place in her open chest.
There's so much wrong with this.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff around her wrist digs deeper into her skin. Blood drips from the place where metal meets flesh. And then, with a nauseating sound, the skin tears. It plops to the ground, and she pulls her red, glistening arm free from her bindings.
Uh-oh.
She is loose, and she is coming for you.
Oh. Help?
Let her end it. It's the punishment you all deserve for what you did to her. It's the punishment I deserve for letting it happen.
Oh, shut up.
Screw that. We can win. We've done it before and we'll do it again, only this time we'll make it out the other side. Hell, she's practically done most of the work for us.
If I hesitate, I'm dead. These aren't explore options. If I hesitate, I'm dead. So, will you kill her?
Your heart free of fear, you charge towards the princess, your eyes locked on each other, both of you prepared to lay down your very essence in one blow. It's now or never. Let's make it a beautiful blaze of glory.
I would like to survive it.
With a horrifying squelch, you are unwound.
What?
No, that's our stuff. She can't just do that.
Huh?
She just did. Unfortunate, I know, but reality is reality.
Wait, that's it?
You should all just be grateful she's decided to keep us alive. Even in her defilement, she is merciful.
How is this merciful? This is worse than death.
We're not out for the count just yet.
I feel like we are. Where's all of this supposed to end? We can't just keep killing each other forever.
But the words don't leave your metaphorical mouth. Instead, all that leaves you is a wet and horrible gurgling as tissue vibrates out of place.
Oh, lovely.
Our metaphorical mouth.
You don't have the means to speak anymore, do you? How tragic.
Oh, I'm killing her. The moment I get the chance, she's so dead.
It is tragic, though, isn't it? I'm not satisfied dividing fear and indignation from your eyes alone. A quivering mound of flesh is no companion.
She snaps her fingers, and the basic form of a vocal system assembles before you.
Now, little bird, what was it you wanted to tell me?
What's the end game here? Are we supposed to keep on torturing each other forever? Ugh.
Your defiance robbed me of my end game. You desecrated my divine spirit and plunged me into your realm of flesh. The only thing left for me is your torment.
Just submit already. What is there left for us to do?
If we can seize control of her body, we might as well try.
Skin flayed and organs flapping, you charge towards the princess.
This is so fucking grotesque.
That's right. She'll never stop us.
Ah.
Still you defy your god. I've made the mistake of underestimating your resolve before. Never again.
As you swing for her heart, what's left of you explodes.
Lovely.
So that's it. It's over, just like that.
Of course it's over. It's been over since the very first moment we laid eyes on her.
This is the final note of your discordant melody. You will not return again, because you will live in that single tone forever.
No! No! It's not over! We're a god killer! We've returned from death itself twice!
Yeah, but what if we don't die? She has a point.
Didn't you hear her? We're not dead.
What's the difference? From many perspectives, there isn't one, but functionally, that is, from your perspective, the difference is massive. You are entirely laid bare, spread to each corner of the room, yet you are wholly aware of the state you're in, incapable of movement, but entirely capable of perception. In fact, perceiving your state is the only thing you can currently do. You are preserved. Perfectly. in the amber of her torment.
We're more than this. We've lost bodies before. We just have to lose this one and make another.
How?
I don't know. You're the one who makes things happen, so make it happen.
You think I'm also just... can snap my fingers and just everything happens, huh? She's going to get worse. She gets worse every time we get to a new cabin.
Who said anything about getting to a new cabin? No, we make something new here.
Huh?
It won't matter if you do. She'll just pull us apart again.
And preferably, we make something without him.
I can agree with that note. Shed this vessel for the next. How?
Absolutely not. I refuse to let you just decide to die with your task unfinished. If you die here, the world is doomed.
Yeah, but how are we gonna continue? But you do die. There's a great release as you lose your grip on what's left of your flesh and blood. And yet, you're still here.
Your Honor, where the hell are you? Are you already at the Princess? This place is different. Rotten. Death all around us. I want to go back.
So you've returned already, and I remain here. Is this our final destination?
The Princess tilts her head to look at you, and with a gesture, you are unwound.
Again.
Again? Already?
Clearly I left you with too much room last time. Perhaps this cell will hold you better.
You know what to do. Again.
And we die again. Again, you relinquish your body. And again, you find yourself here. But somewhere else.
Your Honor,
She's gorgeous. Absolutely divine.
You, guy who describes things, you better start saying what we do this time.
and what are you doing?
Attacking her, obviously.
Right. You charge towards the princess and...
There is no spark in you, only matter devoid of life.
you explode.
Again.
Again.
And again. You let yourself go and you are living once more.
You're on a path. We are not on a fucking path. I have no idea where we are.
We're in the middle of a fight, so act like it.
So you are. Okay, you dive towards the princess and we're unwound. Yes, her head swivels creakily on her neck, fire in her eyes as your body unravels with blinding pain.
Lovely.
No.
Yes.
Again.
And again. You have no body. You exist. You're reborn.
Your Honor,
No time. You, narrate, now.
yes, of course. Pristine blade grasped firmly in your hands, you fly towards the princess before she can turn to face you. We might actually do it this time.
I can feel that body of yours slicing through the air. How many more times will I have to scatter you?
And up until you slip up.
As she turns towards you, the very essence of your being begins to flake away. Your muscles, then organs, then nerves laid bare and screaming as the rest of you is stripped of substance.
Oh, boo-hoo. It's just a body.
Lovely, thank you.
It just needs to last long enough to sink this blade into her heart.
But it doesn't last. You are disintegrated. Everything goes dark.
But there is no you to die.
How many times do I need to pulverize you before you finally understand? You are nothing. An empty void that dared to dream it was alive.
feels right.
If we're nothing, then why are we still here?
Because we always have been. If we're nothing, then how can we do anything? The same way we always have. Being nothing has never stopped us. Now end this. End her.
You cannot win if you cannot be!
That's who? We're ending this. A force races towards the princess, exposed heart. Threads of texture pulled from an all-encompassing nothing.
How? I've scattered the atoms you clung to and there is nothing there to find. You can't exist!
Says who? The threads pierce her heart and cradle her spirit.
It's over.
It sure is over.
Oh, I think I understand you now. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do the things I did to you. I don't think I knew what I was doing.
You've pulled me apart countless times and now you say sorry?
She sounds genuine. They always do in the end.
It's cold, but I'm going to be okay, right?
I don't think so. What? Huh? You do not get the chance to respond. Something has taken her away, and has left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
The narrator's gone.
He is. Does that mean the world ended? He was never going to outlast us.
The world didn't end. We're still here. Come on. We just need to keep going.
I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
Ignore the cowards. You have to look.
I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her.
You're right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing.
It's like it's mocking us.
Don't bother looking for her. I'm sure it's just a waste of time.
We approach the mirror.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. What are we? You're alone in a place that is empty. It's quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I'm a person.
A person, a set of eyes witnessing from one perspective. I think that you are more like me than you are like a person.
Am I?
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Fair point. Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Fair enough. Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Fair. How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
Are you kidding me? Sure. How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
And we're back.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
You can skip previously dialogue by hitting tab on your keyboard or R1 on your controller. Right, since we're just back here, Let's just try talking this time.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Yeah, but how can a princess locked away in the basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Do you have any evidence to back this up? Because last time we fucking fought a god.
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Can someone else do this?
Oh, if only that were the case, but I don't make the rules.
What are the rules?
I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far, but unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off. Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
I think it's more about the act of slaying in general, you know? Do we get a reward for this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Ah no, that's just... Wait, do you mean do you mean like audio-wise, or do you just mean because dialogue is convoluted? Because if the dialogue is convoluted, no. That's fair. I get that. I can only kind of grasp the straws. Can you tell me what my prize is going to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Okay, that sounds like a lie. The dialogue. Yeah, no, the dialogue is just convoluted. Just try to understand it as best as possible. From what I've seen, the game has like some more complex dialogue, yeah. It's not bad, but like, it's definitely not something you can just skip over. You know what? I'm just not even gonna respond. We're just gonna go to the cabin. Or we could leave. Last time we went to the cabin, she killed us. She turned to a god. We died again. We killed the god. And last thing is she turned into the devil or whatever. Killed us multiple times and then we killed her again. So maybe we should just leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
No, but it's probably better than anywhere here. What do you mean got delayed again? The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I'm not going to the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation.
Of course, Shadows got delayed again.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Maybe he does.
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Really? Again? No. I'm leaving.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
So? You're not mostly blackmailing me into this.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Yeah, but no, I don't want to. Oh yeah, well I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again. In fact, I'm going to just keep on trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place. Screw you.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for
Hey,
pretty
Gio.
much everyone who's ever lived, as well as
Yeah,
for
but-
everyone who ever will.
It's probably just like a bunch of different cabins.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
Uh-oh.
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
That's a few cabins.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Are we not gonna comment on this? The fact that this is not normal.
Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
It's not about irritating you, it's about the fact I don't want to have to kill the, whatever is in that cabin.
You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Yeah, but how? How did the world end?
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path
Remember
is a
Cosmo?
cabin. And in the basement of
Maybe?
that cabin is a princess.
Welcome back then. Nice seeing you here. I'm bad with names, so you're gonna have to excuse me on that note. But trying to make a joke to announce you, I got my name changed to streaming now. After waiting 2 months. I mean, you might get lucky and nobody finds it, but 2 months.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, that's a vibe. Hope the streaming goes well for you at the end. Hasn't this already happened to you?
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I.
We've met for the 5th time.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience. The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day.
I like this guy.
If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky.
But the world ended multiple times at this point. I think we're fine.
The world hasn't ended yet. And you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Yeah, those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
Who builds gigantic walls like this? Just around a random cabin. Yep, okay. Heading to the cabin now, where I'm definitely going to slay that princess.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
Force field thing. Oh my fucking god, you're right. It's a cabin in the wood force field thing. Oh my god, you're actually right.
Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind.
I think I actually do have to see to the cabin.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
Huh? This seems like a goddamn debug room.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths. Its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Yeah.
The blade is your implement.
I don't like
You'll need
this.
it if you want to do this right.
Forgot to lock the layers. I feel like it's intentional. But it also just makes it seem very, very trippy.
If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
You know what? You are right. Maybe you should throw it out the window.
No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with.
The last time we took a knife, we had to fight a guard. So I'm kind of with the contrarian at this point.
I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
Simple, really?
You can't just say that. Not when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh ho ho ho! You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves?
I like the contrarian.
Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm.
Sure, sure.
How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard.
You know what? Sure, fair enough.
Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
Important task, sure.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
It's a mirror.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
So, this is also its name again.
But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Sure, let's take the knife.
Take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Okay, fine, you took the knife, but you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom.
Really?
It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Sure, let's hold it all the way.
You switch your grip on the blade.
It carries in my mouth like a pirate. I mean, yeah, that is an option.
Yes! Isn't this so much better? Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better.
Slightly.
It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
Or we could just throw it out the window. I mean, it doesn't matter. Yeah, sure, let's do that.
Yes! Do it! Seriously. You throw the blade at the window, glass showering the cabin as your weapon flies out into the night. I suppose you'll just have to deal with the princess without it. We'll be fine, don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends. Been there, done that.
Yeah, that's what I'm also curious about. Why both windows broke? That does make sense.
I'm not so sure. This place is already messing with my head. It would be much better if we had a weapon.
A weapon isn't gonna do much about uncanny geometry.
What's done is done. Good luck, hero.
Oh boy, what's this gonna be?
The door to the
Oh, I
basement
knew it.
creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials.
Lovely.
Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down.
I mean, they seem to go down, a few of them.
The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing.
Basically like mixing all colors together and just getting brown out of it.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here?
Oh.
No, No, thank you.
Yeah, no, I don't. Don't vibe with this either.
Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die.
Oh, we probably will.
We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And
Which
what's
one?
that?
Yeah, please elaborate.
That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Take the center one.
You step onto the center staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions, each step branching into its own staircases, which branch into their own staircases, and so on. You aren't quite sure if yours is taking you up or down, but at the very least, it's taking you somewhere.
How can you not know if it's taking you up or down?
You concentrate on where you are, careful not to stray onto any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you'd made a decision that took you someplace else. And so you take one careful, focused step after another. 1 foot down, another foot down, another after that. You lose yourself in following the correct pattern, in following what looks to be the true path, the one that cuts straight down, or up, or maybe sideways.
You're not helping, narrator.
But no matter the direction it goes, it certainly is the most true path. You know that much.
How do we know that?
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go.
Huh?
Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether.
Okay.
Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Can I help you?
Okay, that got me. That actually got me for a moment.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
How can you say that?
The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here.
Epic.
And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down.
Let's just wait a bit until the ad is over. Oh god, not good. Alright, but goddamn, this game is a trip. This is sure as hell a trip. Like, I've played Meeside recently, and yeah, both of these games seem to be quite a trip, honestly. Christ. Okay, I need to drink something. My throat is being a bit strained. God damn, this game is quite a lot, huh? How many more... Like, how many branching paths does this game actually have? If you think about it for a moment. This must be just, like, so many. Like, the dialogue is like, there's so many dialogue choices, and like all of them have been voiced as well. That's also just impressive, honestly. But I think since the ad is over now, I think we should just continue. But still, God damn, this is quite a lot.
You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems... normal.
But you can't just cut him off, right? Noted. Getting down here was weird. I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me?
I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you?
You seem empty.
We're probably
Oh.
stuck down here forever,
Fuck.
aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
Okay. That scared me a little bit.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another.
Lovely.
We can do that?
Apparently.
I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back?
I don't think we can.
You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time?
We never entered the cabin.
Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Why would we want even more of her? There's more of you now.
There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
Are you?
I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger.
That's not what I meant.
And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are.
How? We don't have a knife.
How would we even do that? Where would we start? Could always start by retrieving the blade.
And where is that?
The one he made us throw out the window. I wasn't the one who threw it.
You gave the idea.
Oh, come on, you told us to. Don't try to pass the blame now that it's come back to bite us. Well, if I'd known we'd be dealing with this, maybe I wouldn't have been so hasty with my suggestions.
Really? That's your best excuse?
I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the
What
love
was
of
that
everything,
place? What
stop
is that?
asking
Yeah.
her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
You need to just cut across all the universes somehow. Well, what's your name?
Princess.
That doesn't help.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
We've talked to this one. This is the same dialogue of the one before.
It doesn't matter. I've been down here for so long. What's the point of a name if there's no one around to use it?
None of them have names.
Lovely.
How astute. I told you she was untrustworthy.
I feel like she's been untrustworthy from the beginning. She started to split into multiple personalities. So I guess we're not one to talk.
Is this a quiz? If you're here, then surely you know why I'm here.
No, I don't.
But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it. Don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster, and the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
At least she's honest about it.
Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers? Can't even follow what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
That's all of the choices at once. If I let you out of here, what are you going to do?
I don't think I can answer that question in a way you'd find meaningful. I just want to live my life. I'm not going to dance for you. Besides, you already know what I'm going to do. If you want to put an end to me, then put an end to me.
Not a single real answer.
Once again, no answers here.
At least aside from Miss Blood and Destruction, it's infuriating, isn't it?
Well, yeah, at least he was honest about it.
Whose buttons are there for us to press? Whose skin is there for us to get under?
Is that your only goal?
Not exactly how I'd put it, but I don't disagree. There must be something we can do. Asking questions just seems to make things worse. This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
This is the first time he's panicking now. And now I have to kind of do all of them?
Wait, that's not right.
Yeah?
Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride.
Huh?
You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions.
Huh?
You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone.
What?
Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now.
Yeah, I would love some wood as well.
No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart.
It doesn't really fall apart now, does it?
I think he's gone.
Oh boy, lovely.
We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others, they just don't fit. They just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this.
Did we?
How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences.
Oh, lovely.
It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
It's going to be okay. Oh. And she's gone. She's gone again. Andrew, you never know if she hears your cry. She's gone, never returns.
She's gone? Where did she go?
Andrew, right back here again. Of course you're scared, but this is the end for you. But it's not the end for me.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. He's just messing with us. Right?
Not this time. He approached the mirror. We gaze into her reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They are gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. I don't see it. You find yourself in a long quiet once again. Street to the cabin again. You're at the cabin.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can't I do the same things I've done before? I have not experienced that. That's so many options. Oh my god. What does it feel to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Is it? Do you have any thoughts on this, Wilson?
These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and walls. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. They will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
do you feel about me? These vessels I've been bringing to you, I've heard them. Especially the first one.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but they are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them you are a gate to something more. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me.
That is not a straight answer.
The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
That seems abusive. Well, I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. What's up, Mono? Yes, yes.
You're on a path
Until next
in
time.
the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
99.
You're
I
here
think I'm also
to
gonna end
slay
it
her.
soon.
If you
Today
don't,
was just me
it
resting
will
with,
be the end of the
you know,
world.
game like this. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. So, we're definitely going to come back to this game though. But, like I said, today was just a stream for me to a little bit relax, do sickness. Tomorrow's stream is actually, we can check for a moment. Slay the Spire. Interesting. That's also going to be a trip. But, still, nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed the stream for the day. It's definitely one hell of a trip. And I feel like if I would take another one of those paths, it would probably be another hour. And that much patience do I not have. And I feel like ending it off right now is more of like a good way. So, with that all said, yes, I'll recover soon, hopefully. Still, I hope you all have a great evening, a great night, and I hope to see you all tomorrow. Until then, bye bye, and